Hey everybody, Bop Emu coming at you with another blockchain game. Today we're talking about crypto mining lore. It's considered an idle miner game, and the devs are constantly updating it, and they have this vision of making it this huge, massive game. 3-4 months ago, this game was unplayable. All it had was the top 10 list, and it was easily manipulatable. Fast forward 3-4 months, we have 5-6 working mechanics, combat, all kinds of cool little toys and things to play with. And the devs, Tom and Con, are great to work with. If you have an idea or find a bug or have a suggestion to make the game better, or you don't like something about the game, you can talk to them. And I mean, they get back to you right away unless one of them's sleeping. And they are molding the game to our users' suggestions. And to me, even if the game sucks, that is one of the most important things that I look for in dApps. Tom and Con have been the best devs to work with. You just tell them something or ask them something, and they'll work it into the game. And if it doesn't work, it gets taken out. So here we go. The game runs in 7-day cycles. I'm in Central USA, so the games start over every Tuesday morning. Right here, you got the timer. So this is 3 days, 21 hours, 54 minutes. And right now, this is the top player's reward. It's kind of been a slow week. 2 weeks ago, we had that thing up to 0.60 ETH we were battling over for the top 10. There's 3 pay mechanics right now. You got the top 10. You come down, you got the WannaCry boss. Then you got your daily crystal deposit. And this daily crystal deposit feature has been constantly changing almost every other week over the last month. We're just getting it fine-tuned. We were paying it out every day, and then we had it set up. You had to do quests to deposit crystals, and then now it's every 2 days. Everything about this game is always changing, which I like. I mean, we're just trying to get things set up the best, and when we don't like something, we just work through it. So if you're a new user, I wouldn't spend a lot of money at the game right away. I'd wait till a Tuesday, fresh morning, fresh start. So what you do is you'll come down to about this my miner area, and around here on a desktop computer, you'll see a button somewhere around here that says "Get your free miner." But actually, I think with the last update, I think it's going to be somewhere over here on the right of your screen. It'll be little green letters. I'm not 100% sure. I cannot remember. And then down here, if you're a new player, you're going to want to do these starter quests. Now the starter quest, you guess the number 0 through 2. You get the right number. You get extra hash rate boost, and then you start mining crystals. And I've noticed that the quests run in sets of 2 or 3 for winning. So if you guess the number 1 and you win, guess number 1 again, and so on and so forth. I've gotten 10 right in as few as 14 tries, and I've had to take 40 damn tries. But you don't have to do this every time. Only when you're new, so you can get some crystals. Oh, it popped up over here on the right. This is where you can get your free miner and your starter quest stuff over here. It'll be like that when you're a brand new player. Depending on how your wallet's working, and especially lately with MetaMask updates, like right now down here, you can see it's saying 0 crystals. Not only crypto mining lore, but a couple other dApps I've been playing have been kind of syncing and phasing in and out of your wallet. So when it does this, just reload the web page, and everything will sync back up again. Right now, it thinks I'm a new user. I lost all my miners and blah blah blah. Now, if you're in the middle of a transaction and this happens, it'll just come up with a transaction error. And then you just hit reject, reload the page. Where was I? I got starter quests. It takes about, depending on how hard you play, and if you're buying hash rate boost, through 4 to 5 days to get enough crystals to buy a Morpheus engineer. We'll get into that here in a little bit. But so you get your crystals from your starter quest. You go over to buy miners. You buy the miners with the crystals, and so on and so forth. You buy more miners, get more crystals, you buy more miners. And more or less the hopes is to get in the top 10 list, but when you're a new player, you need the crystals so you can hire engineers. Let's come down here. I have a bunch of engineers. I'm going to be transparent. I'd have to track down 267's wallet, but I'm probably the strongest person on the server right now. That being said, it doesn't mean I'm always winning. I've been just one shot in the middle of the night when I sleep. The one guy, he knows exactly my sleep schedule. He'll just take everything I have while I'm sleeping. So you got your miner or your engineers, Link, Mouse, so on and so forth. What I find hilarious, it took me almost a month before I realized these are all the characters from the movie The Matrix. So I think that's kind of fun and cheeky. Your best bang for your buck on viruses is a Morpheus. I mean, it creates this many viruses per the cost. When you're a new player, you 100% want to get the free engineers. That way you can just start building some viruses. And what you can do with that is, like when some of us top 3 or 4 players are fighting each other and attacking and defending, and all of a sudden we have no defense, you can attack us with one virus and then get a crap ton of crystals. I saw one new guy come in the middle of the week. It was day 3 or 4. Me and 267 were going back and forth, just destroying each other, and I had no defense. 267 had no defense, and he attacked the both of us on and off, and he went from brand new player with nothing to being the top 3 or top 4 in the top 10 list, and then he had enough crystals on day 5 or 6 to buy whatever engineers he wanted. Now come week 2 and 3, it gets a lot easier, especially once you start having some engineers and you get viruses, because you use viruses in a lot of mechanics in the game. So, where are we going? Here's your arena. 1 attack, 1 defense. Your viruses are not solid numbers. Viruses are like people in a war. So if you attack 1 versus 1, you may not always win. So if you attack somebody with 25,000 defense and you attack them with 25,000 viruses, good chance you're not going to come out on top. Half your viruses could die. Usually it's not that extreme. If somebody has 25,000 defense, you attack with 50,000 viruses, basically 90% of the time you should win. I might have to reload the web page, but here's your arena. It'll come up with the characters in the top 10. Now on day 1, unless you're making at least, I can't remember anymore, you got to be making at least 10,000 crystal hash rate per hour to even show up in the arena. It's kind of a safety thing for small players, so you can't just beat on little people. Now once you get your crystals established, get your free miners and everything, and buy some engineers, you come down here with your overclocks. Here's your overclocks, you get 50%, 75%, so on and so forth. Now when you buy an overclock, the price goes up by 2. It doubles. The price doubles. So if I spend 0.1 ETH on, or 0.1 ETH on this 125 hash rate, it'll go up to 2. Now if you're the owner, you'll get that 0.1 ETH back. And the other one goes into the top 10 pot. Yeah, I think that's how the math works. And this, so on and so forth. So let's see, I'll just buy this 0.5. And once that transaction goes through, this will jump up to 0.1. The owner of this will get the 0.05 ETH back, so on and so forth. Now what I'll do a lot on day 1 and day 2, like here's my one of the stronger players right here, 267. If he was really close behind me, I'd just buy the hash boost from him to slow him down. But I'm a dick like that. This video's turned out terrible, ain't it? I'm doing my best, guys. I don't make too many videos. And then you got Red Bulls. Red Bulls are a boost for your virus production. Right now I own the big one, 0.16F. Now if somebody buys this from you, you don't get any money back. You're out to 0.16F. And all the money you spend on virus-related things goes towards the contract that feeds the World Boss and feeds the daily pot. The highest daily pot we've had so far was almost a third F, but we've maintained over 0.2 for weeks, and that was paying out every day. So I mean, we got a good flow of money coming in, and for now, we switched the daily pot over to every 2 days, and then I think Tom's going to set it up maybe once or twice a month. It'll become a daily pot, so it gives people something to look forward to. Okay, you got 2-3 weeks of every 2 day pots, and then you got 1 week where it's going to pay out every day. So it's like, yeah, that's when you're going to want to play hard that week. You know, you have a bigger chance of making money. Oh, what am I forgetting? I know I'm forgetting stuff. There's just so much going on in this game. Crystal airdrop. It's kind of a dead mechanic. It was from 3-4 months ago when the game was only 2 things. You join it every so many hours, then it's like a lottery. You can get a lottery boost. It's kind of only useful on day 1 and 2. After that, more or less, it's just not worth it. People just ignore it after that. Game sponsor, you get 5% of Red Bulls and engineer transactions. Pretty much anything related to viruses, you get 5% back. This never resets. So, I mean, over the course of time, you can make your money back. I can't remember the guy's name, but this guy bought the game sponsor from me 3 weeks ago, and he's got to be close to getting half an Ethereum back by now. I haven't looked at the contract. I plan on buying that back here soon. Do not touch the top 10 game sponsor. It resets every week with all your stats. I don't want to say all your stats. At the end of every week, the top 10 list resets. You end up back at 0 crystals. You lose all your miners. You start over at nothing. But you keep your engineers and you keep your viruses. Those you keep indefinitely. Along with your defense. Where's the defense? Defense. Inventory? Yeah, here's your defense. Your defense carries over week after week too. But right now, the top 10 player sponsor is more or less broken. Tom and Con have been coming up with an idea to rework it. There's no way in hell, even if we had 100 more players, that they would buy enough hash rate boosts to pay off 0.64F. Now, if the top 10 player sponsor moves to something that never resets, oh yeah, it'd be cool. Get into it. At the bottom of the page, you got some general game instructions. Read through them. As far as advanced mechanics go, like 267, lately he hasn't been putting a lot into his defense because I just beat him up. And he waits till I'm sleeping, and then he'll attack me. Because usually I'm in the top 2 or 3, 1 or 2, first or second place I'm usually in. And then when I'm sleeping, I'm building up tons and tons of crystals. So then he'll just attack me for the 6 hours I sleep. And I wake up and I'm like, oh, I got no crystals and no defense. Damn it. And then all of a sudden 267 is right on my butt again. He also uses that time for depositing into the crystal pot too. When I'm sleeping, he'll take all my crystals and then he'll put it right into the crystal pot. And then I'm out 6 hours out of, well, what was 24-hour pot. Now it's 2-day pot. So it's really good to take notes when you notice people online or offline, if you know their work. Try to pay attention to chat. You know, I mean, that's very strategic. If you know somebody works 6 hours, or they have a 12-hour work day and they don't get access to electronics, or you know when they sleep, you know, then you can just destroy them as they sleep. And when you attack, once your attack is successful or fails, you have a 15-minute timer till you can attack again. Oh, what else can I think about the game? Oh, bum bum bum. Oh yeah, I guess, yeah, that's about it. Sorry for the terrible video. This game is so bouncy. It doesn't just have 2 or 3 mechanics. It jumps over. You need to do your starter quest to get your crystals. You need your crystals to buy your miners. Then to get more miners, you buy your hash rates. Oh god. Then you need your crystals to buy your viruses, or your engineers to get viruses. You use viruses to attack in the arena. You attack in the arena to get more crystals. Then you use your crystals to put in the crystal deposit. It's just this. There's a lot going on, which I like. And the game's supposed to be basically get infinitely bigger, according to Con and Tom. They're putting so much into it. They want to make it just this huge world, apparently. Forever developing world. And it heavily influenced by us. So I guess in closing, yeah, Tom and Con have been some of the most active admins I've had the pleasure working with in any DApp. If you have an idea, a problem, or a bug, don't like something, talk to them in chat. They'll do their best to fix it or make a modification, put it up for a vote in the community, or they'll just add the mechanic, and if we don't like it or if it breaks something, we'll take it out. You know, and the game's always changing, so kind of get used to things breaking. Yeah, it kind of sounds bad, but they'll whip up the new mechanic or the new mod to the game, slap it in there, and all of a sudden 2 or 3 things might not work. You know, I mean, it's just a process, but I like it. It just shows effort by the devs, which a lot of dapps you don't even get communication from the devs except maybe every few days, and if you do, it's not like they're listening to you. I love so far. I love this DApp. This DApp could fail tomorrow, and I'd still be in love with it for how much the admins work with the users. I guess that's all I got to say. Let me see if I missed anything. Come to Discord. We don't do Telegram. I don't like Telegram anyway. I guess if you're a big whale or a small user, it kind of goes, it don't matter. We've had some people break even in a few weeks with, there you go, Hair Engineers. They bought a Trinity, or they bought a Switch, a bunch of Switches. Like I said, the biggest bang for your buck is a Morpheus, but you'll break even in a few weeks of being active in the game. Getting into the crystal pot, so on and so forth. The crystal pot stacks, so you don't have to claim a reward every day. You can just let it build for weeks on end if you really want. The same with the boss. The boss doesn't die that often, but you can just let your rewards stack and stack and stack. When somebody buys your hash rate boost for the top 10 list, it'll end up right here. The half you get paid back. I don't think I'm missing anything else. Nope. Good luck, guys.